Hi guys, it's Astra. I just thought I'd do like this little video because I just had a great idea. This is kind of like an idea for like if you had like a port leading onto like ships if you were trying to make a mega base. Obviously this is just the start. It's not massive. I might continue it, but this is just like a short idea to start off with. Anyway, here's like the first part. So I thought I'd build like a pier out, and so because it's like a pier for stocking up like your ship and stuff, I've added like basically crops and things like that. So it's like if it was actual port city and like you were meant to be stocking up with the ships going past, that kind of vibe. Okay, so now I've built the pier and you can see I've planted crops on it. I'm now going to build like a model boat at the end. And I've been watching a lot of Hermitcraft, oddly enough, recently. And I saw, what's his name? Wells Knight's use of like the bamboo blocks. And I really, really like the use of the bamboo blocks there. So I'm going to actually use the bamboo blocks to build the boat, basically. Okay, so I don't know if it's fully clear here, but like unfortunately my video recording software wouldn't really let me zoom in properly. But I started trying to make the sails, and because it's quite a small ship, because I wasn't trying to make it mega, like putting wool was like oddly enough looked quite weird because it's quite a thick block, and obviously because we don't have vertical slabs in the game. So I ended up using basically translucent white glass panes, sorry, to instead, which you can see here, well, once I finish using the wool anyway. I also decided to like make it seem more like a port city where you'd have boats coming in. I ended up making some custom banners. They're not really fully clear in this shot, but they are clear when I walk through the base at the end. But it means that like there's almost like a bit more detail distinguishing that this like pier that we have here is not basically from the same place as the ship that's coming in. And also you can see it through the colour schemes where actually the colour scheme of the ship is quite light and it's got a lot of like bamboo and light beige colour blocks, whereas the pier is quite dark and has a lot of red tones, which comes through when, especially when I use the copper bulbs later on in the episode. So basically now you can see I've started adding like a second layer onto the ship. So basically I end up creating like two kind of platforms on the ship. One that's kind of more like a seating area where you might have like negotiations between countries, because I quite like history. And the second one, which is more like a storage and crafting area, and which you'll see me build next. And I end up switching into basically first person view rather than third person for that, because it's honestly easier for you guys to see. So basically, I put like a lectern and bookshelves here to be like if someone was like living and traveling as like a diplomat on the ship. The same with like the area with like the table and stuff. But then I realized like the chests aren't really fitting the boat vibe properly, because I find them quite like, for me at least in Minecraft, they look very much like they belong on land in like villages. So I thought I'd switch them out for barrels, and also use the new blocks, which are like the earthenware pots and things like that, to make it a bit more like historical and rustic and that kind of vibe. You'll see a sudden cut soon, but basically the reason why is because I forgot to turn off fire spreads, and unfortunately my boat is made out of wood, and I tried to light a candle, and as you can imagine how that goes, it led to me having to become a firefighter temporarily to put out of the fire that I created forgetting to turn off fire spreads. Anyway, you'll see the jump cut, and then I go back to panning to viewing the boat. So here you can kind of see the lights that I'm putting in, not very clearly, they're easier to see in the run through, but basically what I did is I put a skulk sensor underneath a copper bulb, which means when someone or like a player walks over the dock, it basically activates the copper bulb due to the skulk sensor directly underneath it, which then means you have kind of like an inbuilt floor light which activates when players are there, but is not active when players aren't there, which I thought was quite cool. I then put a trapdoor over it because due to the slabs that I was using to build the pier, when you basically put the light in, it's basically too low, and so it means instead of you going down half a block, it saves that, and also because it looks quite cool. So as you can see here, I was kind of creating like a cargo area where they'd either be unloading the cargo or loading on the cargo, and that's the kind of like vibe of like a port still. I ended up changing the end of the pier to copper, as you can see, but that's because I felt like it gave more of a like, this is your docking area rather than just like the end of the pier. Yeah. So basically, as you can see in this, it's just like a walkthrough. I'm really sorry for the lagginess. My laptop is low-key kind of old. It's made in 2015 and has a habit of just lagging a lot. Anyway, as you can see, the lights mostly work, but they don't fully work. I was thinking about taking that into another creative world and tinkering around with that, because I think having like inbuilt floor lighting is quite cool. You can also see the custom banners a lot more clearly and see how this could kind of be like you're approaching someone's boat. Yeah, so that's kind of the vibe of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Well, I'll probably make another one of these soon. I've just been tinkering around a lot with Minecraft. And then you kind of get like a really cool overhead view. And so if you have any ideas for me or any feedback on the video, please feel free to comment. I am perfectly open to feedback, to be honest. Like, this is kind of a passion project for me. It's just something I enjoy doing my free time. Anyway, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.